Ian from Easy Genie, and today I'd like to talk about the 23andMe hack. If this video helps, please take a moment to like it and consider subscribing to my channel. Now, 23andMe, as many genealogists know, this is a popular site for testing your DNA for genealogy purposes. I've used it for a number of years. This, for instance, is one of the maps that it generates showing kind of where I have a strong correlation with ancestry, so you can see Western Ireland and parts of the UK. It also has other features as well. You can find relatives using your DNA, and there's other things related to health and whatnot. So this service is a Silicon Valley service. It's an investor-focused service. It's a for-profit service. And basically what happened over the past couple months, 23andMe had a vulnerability which allowed hackers to access hundreds of thousands or millions of people's accounts. And what the hackers have done is they've created these small databases of, for instance, 1 million users of Jewish Ashkenazi descent. And there's another one that has 100,000 people who are of Chinese descent. And these hackers are selling them on these hacker forums that these services use. Note that 23andMe did not discover this on their own. They only noticed when these hackers began advertising this hacked data and said it came from 23andMe, and then 23andMe verified it. Very depressing that 23andMe did not take real responsibility for this. If you look at their blog post, it says addressing data security concerns. It doesn't even seem like there's a problem. Like, this is such a milquetoast title. You don't even realize that, hey, millions of your own users' data has been stripped from the site. Further, 23andMe, they do not take responsibility that it was anything related to their technology or their processes. Indeed, they blame users for the problem. Recycled login credentials, which means that people reusing passwords, which is pretty common. So 23andMe does not take any responsibility. They say that they'll notify users who were affected. I'm not so sure about that. But there's another thing that's going on here. And one of them is that 23andMe is not the only service that has had this particular issue. For instance, DNA testing website MyHeritage hacked, 92 million user accounts stolen. This was 5 years ago. This was a really big deal. And they also had another breach that took place, I think, about 3 years ago. This is an Ancestry.com related hack. There's actually several of them. One of them was Ancestry suffered a data breach in which login credentials of 300,000 accounts were leaked in plain text. And then there's this other piece of software that connects with Ancestry.com and some PC-based software that resulted in 25 gigabytes worth of data being leaked. And then even Family Search, which is a company that I really like quite a bit. I use it all the time. It's free. It's run by the Church of Latter-day Saints, the Mormons. It's a free service for most of the records that you can find on there. And even they had a breach. And according to one blogger, users' full names, genders, email addresses, birth dates, mailing address, phone numbers, all used for information that can be exploited by scammers. This was basically stolen from Family Search. Family Search waited a long time before letting people know about it. So do you see a pattern here? These genealogy services that many genealogists depend on to study family history, to find out more about their past, to find out people that they may be connected to or other important information, none of them are secure. These are the biggest services that are out there. All of them have been hacked to one degree or another in recent years, and it will continue to happen. This is not the end of it. These services, they all promise that, oh yeah, we're sorry about this. Sometimes they say they're sorry, not all the time. We've changed some of our policy or some technology to make sure this doesn't happen again, but it does happen again. It happens repeatedly. And these are only the incidents that we know about because by law, these companies have to say when there is a data breach. Some of it's, I believe it's state law in California and other places. In other places, it's federal law that requires it. But if there's a big breach, they have to admit it. There's no other punishment. They're not fined by the government. They're not sued by the government. There's no real punishment for it. They don't have any real incentive to fix the issue. They certainly do not want to stop people from uploading their data or their DNA to places like 23andMe and Ancestry because that's how they make money. They need people to contribute their private information and their personal information. So my advice as a genealogist and someone who works in this industry is that you really need to take control of your genealogy. There is no requirement that you have to give all of your personal genealogy information to these companies. You can restrict it in certain ways. For instance, if you're uploading stuff to 23andMe, you do not need to upload your family tree. You do not even need to use in public your full name. You can use initials, and you do not need to use the DNA sharing feature that they have on 23andMe. So find out what these policies are, what you need, what you're required to do if you use these services, and what you're not required to do, and you can take advantage of them to protect your own data. I use genealogy software on my own PC. I can download a data file, which I could then, if I wanted to, upload it to Ancestry or to another service like Family Search or MyHeritage. I've never done it. I will never do that because I do not trust these services to be good shepherds of my genealogy information and of my personal information. I really limit what I upload to these services. Everything that I do for genealogy, it's either in hard copy, in paper form, in binders. Sometimes I'll print out a chart. We have PDFs that we use, or I'll just use my genealogy software on my PC, and I will not upload or download data to another service because I just don't trust that they're going to protect it if it's out on the internet. And certainly there's a lot of hackers out there who want to exploit this information. If this video helped, please take a moment to like it and follow me. You can also leave some comments below. I'd like to hear what you think about this. This is Ian signing off. Thanks so much for watching.